No editing.
Yeah, no editing.
We don't know where we are.
Yeah.
We're off to a good start.
Okay, so thank you guys so much for being on the main Play Week. We are a podcast dedicated to the movie-going experience in Maine, so thank you so much for sharing your time and your film with us. So introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about your film.
I'm Kaitlyn. I'm the writer-director of Unless Something Goes Terribly Wrong.
My name is Alex Lewis, and I am the director and cinematographer of Unless Something Goes Terribly Wrong. And we spent a long time
coming up with the title.
Yeah.
I was going to ask about the title because, how did that title originate?
I feel like there's a lot of titles in the world right now that are really long, and they're always great and magical, and it's giving you a taste of the movie.
Yeah, I don't know. It was our working title for a really long time, and I think the idea was we were always going to change it, and then nothing felt right. It kind of grew on us, and the more people we told in the industry in particular, everyone got a chuckle out of it. So we were like, all right, we'll stick with it.
Yeah, I love that. So okay, so how did your film come about? Like, how did you get the idea? What was the genesis of the idea of the film?
Yeah, Alex.
When we moved to Maine, which was like 6 years ago, I took Kaitlyn for her birthday on a tour of the
Sorry, cough.
of the Westbrook wastewater treatment plant, and that's where we met Dustin. And then
back up more than that. So Alex and I lived in New York City before we moved to Maine, and every year for Valentine's Day there was a tour at the Newtown Creek wastewater treatment plant. And believe it or not, this place always sold out. Could never get in. So when we moved to Maine for my birthday, Alex was like, "Okay, we can make this happen now." He brought me on a tour of
Valentine's Day?
Not on my birthday.
but the spirit of Valentine's Day.
Yeah,
the spirit. Yeah. That's.
And then we kind of kept going back, and we went to a different plant where Dustin. He's like, "Oh, why don't you come see the bigger one, the one at the East End?" And we kind
of just kept coming back. It was just the perfect blend of funny and science and everything that I'm into.
Yeah, and he's like, "What are you doing here still?"
Yeah, it was so we just kept coming back.
Why did they run tours of these places?
Because people are curious.
People are curious.
Yeah.
I mean,
we were kind of surprised by that because we see it as I don't know, you flush the toilet and it's sort of this black box system that deals with it and people don't engage it. But given the opportunity to see how everything works, I think there's something about the ick factor and the science and the visual of these miles and miles of pipe that it brings people in. Lots of kids were on the tour. It was everybody. It was retirees, parents and kids.
Yeah, and then you realize that they're the guys that work there are funny, smart. I mean, you don't even think, you're like, oh, my poop just kind of goes away. But no, there's this group
They're very funny. I mean, there's something about the industry where
you have to
they
have
have
a
a sense of humor about what they do, and they understand how it's perceived, and I think they combat that a little by just being really funny people.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And so how did you identify these characters? Because they all sort of they really play into each other. They're truly coworkers and friends,
Right.
and so how did you identify those certain characters to highlight?
Well, from the beginning, we were like, Dustin has to be in the movie, even though he took some convincing.
He's so funny and he's such a performer, but he's so shy about being on film.
Yeah.
And Dustin's
Dustin's
character.
The chief operator of the plant. He's the kind of guy you first see who kind of a little bit takes you through the whole movie.
He's kind of the dad figure of the movie. He's helping Jimmy, one of the younger characters, study for his exam. He's just making sure everyone's kind of smiling while the chaos is unfolding.
That scene of him going through with Jimmy, helping study this, and this thing and that thing and that thing, and Jimmy's just
I mean, that's the thing you realize.
It's a lot.
There's a lot you have to know.
And that's the intro level exam. It feels, it's a lot. Knowing every different kind of pump and how it operates, but also how it can fail and anticipating how it can fail.
And it's open heart surgery because the poop keeps coming, but the plant,
has to keep processing. They can't afford to ever shut down.
Anyway, back to the question.
What was the question again?
The other characters, we kind of found them as we were filming.
Right.
And it took a while to gain their trust because I think because of how they're perceived and how the media treats the wastewater industry, which is we're only going to tell a story about wastewater, unless something goes terribly wrong. And so they're kind of like, who are you? What do you want?
Yeah. They're kind of coming off of a decades-long, very conservative messaging campaign of if the public doesn't know we exist, maybe that's for the best. People would smell wastewater plants before they knew anything about how they operated. I mean, we make a joke in the film that people think that the plants actually manufacture poop. They smell it and people like don't really make the connection of like they're doing this tremendous job to kind of keep the streets clean.
Wow. That's so interesting. People are just like, what is that smell? It's
Right,
like, no,
why are you doing this?
It came from you.
Yeah, like, make it stop.
Yeah.
They're like, we can't. Can you make it stop?
Wow.
So yeah, I think they're very cautious as an industry of letting outsiders in, especially, filmmakers that like to make funny movies that have a totally different point of view and kind of are okay with a poop joke, okay with kind of naming the elephant in the room and at every turn. So yeah.
Did you have to get permission from the city of Portland, or so how did that work?
The Portland Water District is like a semi-private, semi-municipal thing.
Sorry, you have like a thing on your eye.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
The
don't know what
world's
it was.
longest eyelash.
I don't know what it was, but it was like all of a sudden very.
We have to keep that in.
No cuts.
Portland Water District is like a semi-municipal, non-profit. I don't know how to describe it. It's like.
Yeah, it's confusing, and it's also even within the sewer system. There's like kind of these arbitrary divides with, what's.
Well, there's public works too that like overlaps a little. I think it's like old holdovers from history that govern how a city manages its waste, and it doesn't.
But yes, we had to chat with the general manager of the Portland Water District. They oversee, I think, 5 plants.
Yeah.
And the PR woman, Michelle. Yeah.
And then that's one thing, and then next thing you're walking into a wastewater plant and be like, "Hi, I'm Alex and I'm Kaitlyn. We want to make a movie about you." And so that's why I think it took some time to figure out who was okay. We went in like, "Hey, if you don't want to be on camera, like we're not gonna force anybody, obviously." But yeah, so then eventually we realized Jimmy was a good story because we were looking for arcs,
Yeah.
And he represents. I mean, they're also going through like a retirement boom, so he kind of represents the next wave. So it's like. They really need him to pass this exam. There's a lot riding on him.
And then we needed like an old timer, so then we found Wayne, and he's the guy that's in the horse racing scene.
Yeah, the horse race and all the extra scenes that you filmed, like with the fairs and everything. Where did that idea come from? Like, because it's sort of just like it's not a story in and of itself. Like the fair, the fair scenes. It's like it's sort of an emotional kind of like visceral, little like touch point throughout the film. So like I just thought that was really interesting. Yeah.
I think Kaitlyn, like we always have, I don't want to call it like an argument, but Kaitlyn hates B-roll. Oh. If it's just like we're gonna go and see what we get.
There's a bird on a line. Like there's
it's like,
I don't know, somebody eating ice cream. Like it.
I mean, there is some of that in the movie, but we wanted to be like really intentional. Yeah. More Kaitlyn, I would say. And then I was like, I bought into it. I think.
Actually, it's always the best parts of our filmmaking come from arguments we have, and we sometimes will like poke each other to start one when there's a creative difference, because we know that whatever compromise we get to is like better than any other idea we had individually. So
but anyway,
that kind of came from that, but we wanted to make a connection between the public and the plant, because obviously they're completely intertwined, but it's somewhat abstract. The connection isn't always so clear. So we wanted this like Americana overconsumption sort of, the public kind of plays this character. And they're little gross, but they're all of us. We are them.
There was a lot too, I feel like, that didn't make it in.
Yeah.
There was like the 4th of July parade.
It was a very cool parade and very, very main. Yeah,
there was like an extended scene where we show people like cutting down Christmas trees, and then you see the Christmas tree in the plant, and then they're like instantly burned.
Oh yeah, wow, yeah. So it conveys that message of consumption and waste.
And over the course of a calendar year, there are all these like holidays we're celebrating and things we're doing, and everything is generating waste. And we didn't want it to be, we didn't want to make people feel guilty for being humans or, you know, having fun
and
participating in the world. But it was just kind of like a funny awareness of, you know, this is where it goes and this is who's dealing with it.
Yeah, not to poo-poo anybody else's film, but anytime there's like a voiceover and Leonardo DiCaprio's like, feel bad about this whale. No offense,
I
Leo,
feel like it's
if you're
pretty
watching.
safe for us to poo-poo
Yeah. If you're watching this, you know, where the movie's like either makes you feel bad or guilty or kind of like tries to shame you. So I think our approach was like, you have to love the characters
and engage people with curiosity rather than
make
like,
them laugh a little bit.
Yeah, I think you guys really threaded the needle with that. Because it does convey the gravity of the situation. Like, unless something goes terribly wrong and you're sort of like, oh gosh, like what is that terribly wrong?
Yeah.
But it doesn't, you don't feel like, oh my gosh, I just watched a film that's gonna like haunt me for the rest of the day. You know, like, yeah. So I think that, and like humor is so important in that. Do either of you have a background in like comedy or like, you just?
We both
I
love
think
Chris
this is
Farley.
like from the New York, New Jersey area. I feel like this is very much, I don't know, the humor of like where we grew up and our family and like
Shit
the
talking.
jokes we make with each other. That humor is often a way to combat emotions around really serious issues. It's sort of how we respond to things going wrong. It's like we kind of make jokes and lean into the lighter side of things. So we wanted to apply that to something like this. Infrastructure issues.
Yeah.
That's great. So have you shown this film to the folks in the film, to the folks from
We
Plant?
have.
How was that?
I think they get a kick out of seeing each other. But also, there are also some feelings around, it was a really hard year for them. I think
exceptionally hard.
Yeah, things went wrong more than usual.
Probably more than any other year on record for most of the guys that work there.
They joke, that it's like, of course, every time you guys show up, something extra is happening.
We were actually, they thought we were the ones like haunting the plant.
There's a lot of superstition around the plant.
It's a joke superstition, but there's like...
But there are like so many parameters you're having to maintain, and sometimes like things go wrong and it's sort of inexplicable. You know, you left the plant at, 9 p.m. the night before and everything was running fine, and then you come back in the morning and it's like chaos. The running joke was like, what's going to happen now that Alex and
I think it's also, some of the like heavier storylines too. It's hard to see it, like your coworkers going through stuff that you didn't know about at the time and then you see later, and you wish you could have maybe helped them in some way, but there's no way to know what's going on in someone's mind. But like these guys feel just an immense amount of pressure, especially they love what they do, they care about what they do, they care about like doing a good job, and it's like understaffed. And
I think they also feel very responsible for each other, having all of the information and help to just do the job as best they possibly can, but also just emotionally, if things are going wrong, to have everyone is like, you're part of the pack. There's no one person that's making a mistake, there's no one person that's winning the day, it's everybody. So that's, I think
that was probably hard to see, I think.
It seems like you learned a lot about the specific workplace culture of this like very niche industry. Is that so?
But then you realize also not so niche.
Yeah.
There's like maybe 17 or 18,000 plants in the United States.
There are 200,000 wastewater people working in wastewater around the country.
And then like I think 2/3 of the country rely on wastewater plants.
Wow.
To dispose of our waste.
Yeah, it's even more. It's like 80% of 270 million, something like that. It's a lot.
And everybody poops.
Exactly. Yes. Everybody does.
So, like,
but it is niche in the sense of like
niche,
sort
of like under the radar, like not a prominent. That's I guess.
Totally.
I think I wasn't trying to correct you. I think it is niche, right? It's like nobody. Who the hell wants to think about where your poop goes? And that's like the kind of point.
Yeah.
Wow. So
we do.
So the film is premiering at the Camden International Film Festival. What's your history with this festival? I know you got the fellowship.
They were super supportive. We got
that was super fun.
In 2023, we got the CIFF fellowship, which kind of helped introduce us to a lot of people.
We're still in touch with a lot of the fellows that were part of that program. Everyone's kind of like supporting each other. It's very sweet.
And then they help you, like, really force you to coalesce your, like, ideas.
Yeah.
As the film's kind of coming together and, like, make sure they try to poke holes, you know.
Yeah, but we went, or I don't know.
Oh, you have kind of a good story.
Alex was TAing at the Maine Media Workshop back in 2016, and I was like kind of along for the ride because I hadn't really seen Maine at all. And I went to CIFF back then, and I saw a bunch of shorts that I really loved. There was one in particular by Amy Nicholson, Pickle, about a couple that
takes care of, like, disabled animals.
Yeah, and Pickle is the name of a fish that, like, can't swim. He lives in a sponge. And I was just, like, so moved by this film. It was the sweetest.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So, like, kind of an inspiration for you to
get
into film.
Yeah, serious topics, but said in a funny way.
Yeah.
So that's been a big inspiration.
Yeah, wow, yeah. So CIFF was kind of like there for every little touch point.
I'm always a huge fan of shorts. I feel like there's always space to be really experimental. People are kind of doing really cool things on that front because
it doesn't take so much time or money.
Yeah,
you know,
there's more space for it.
Absolutely.
You just kind of whip one out.
Yeah, and CIFF does a great job with, like, nurturing, especially, like, the main filmmakers, the shorts and the features for sure. Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah. Wow. So okay, so you haven't seen it on a big screen.
Not finished. We did a rough cut screening for our friends actually here in this room, but that was like
this tiny screen.
But that kind of doesn't count because they were all friends and they're like, oh, it's so good.
Yeah,
I was like,
But I'll just say, we haven't seen it.
Yeah. So you haven't seen it in a proper theater.
No.
Yeah.
So
what's that gonna be like?
It's gonna be terrifying.
Yeah. Alex, we take turns. I'm usually like very, very nervous the whole way through, and Alex just gets nervous like
right before.
At the moment.
Right before.
So I say I suffer longer. But we're nervous, but so many friends are going to be there. We have quite a few people in the film that are going to join us for the Q&A and just kind of be in the crowd. So we're really excited about that.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's the plan for the film after CIFF? You've got a couple other festivals lined up.
Yeah.
I don't know which ones we can name so far.
I think a lot of them already announced are
Newburyport,
New Hampshire, St. Louis, one in Canada, and then we're waiting to hear back from a bunch more. And then we have two amazing producers who are also working with a sales agent team that we have. So hopefully we sell the film, but you never know.
We just want to show it to as many people as possible. I feel like that's, I don't know, that whole process is fun. We also want to figure out a way to show it to like the wastewater community.
And kids.
Yeah.
And kids. Lots of plans.
Interesting. So you're thinking about maybe sort of like an educational market
potentially.
Or
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Because I think what excites me about the film is there are lots of different like access points. You can kind of wanting to get into the science and the bacteria stuff, but you could also just be like from a kid angle,
like,
the tools they're using. I think there was like a kids tour and they get a kick out of like this giant wrench they have.
That's like the one takeaway this
right. So that'll be fun to see. Yeah.
And kind of making sure people realize like the like how hard these guys work. Everyone's like banging pots people should be banging pots for these guys.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, midnight or
whenever.
Yeah, 6 p.m. every day. Exactly. Get out there, bang a pot.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, seriously. Wow.
Yeah.
Are you thinking about like any kind of theatrical run in Maine or
we haven't gotten that far. I feel like we'd like for as many people to see the film as possible.
Yeah.
It's definitely a weird, hard time in the doc industry in general. So tell your friends.
We like to say that we have a horrible addiction of making documentaries, so we can't
probably
stop.
be cheaper if we're alcoholics.
Well, so I think like documentary obviously, like has had a rough time theatrically. It's sort of like it's tough to get in theaters. Like when you're a documentary, it's tough to get eyeballs, but I think especially like this film is like it's so much more than it has like so many. It's not just like when you think of documentary, like this is not like a film when you think documentary. I don't know.
In what way?
Great. Great question. Well, I guess I think like nowadays the stereotype when people say documentary is like, oh, it's going to be boring. It's going to be a downer. It's going to be Leonardo DiCaprio.
Sorry.
Yeah. If Leonardo DiCaprio
He's going to blacklist you from the internet.
I would love for him to watch, and please.
This is a public call out from Leonardo DiCaprio.
I feel like that's such a shame.
Yeah.
It's a shame to hear, but like I agree. I think a lot of people do think of docs that way. I grew up like downloading random weird stuff on uTorrent as like an early 20-something. Sure, I can. Come at me.
They will, Leonardo.
Yeah, like everything from like plastic surgery to like whatever was on, and it was always kind of like rough. I don't know. There was kind of like showing. We talk about like showing the scaffolding or showing the seams, and like yes, you want things to be beautiful and cinematic and lyrical and all of that, but I think there's what does it for me in documentary is like seeing the seams and like the stuff that I go back to.
Not pretending like there isn't a camera.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully it'll play. Hopefully we can play it in all across Maine, because I feel like it's such a it's so important. The film is like obviously applicable anywhere, any town or city in the country. But I also is it gonna have a play date in Portland? Hopefully,
we don't have one yet, but eventually, absolutely.
Yeah, because we were just like racing to finish the film. We finished the final export yesterday, and the film's in a week.
Yeah.
So
you find us like just coming up for air.
Yeah. Like, already, I'm like, what's your plan?
Next? We'll just like.
So sorry. Well, these were the hard questions of the interview.
That will.
Yeah, it gets
what's
really
next? It's like,
hard hitting at the end.
No, I mean it's like obviously it's like you finish the film and you're like, great, oh my gosh, thank God, and then it's like this whole other beast of an issue to figure out where it's.
Oh, totally.
90% of making a movie is like not making a movie.
Yeah.
And then 5% is like lugging things around.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And then 5% is like making the movie. So it's just like we're glorified movers.
Yeah.
That
I think I got bed bugs at one of the Holiday Inns that we stayed at. I just like had a visual of us like lugging.
Not anymore,
like
don't worry.
Yeah, everyone's safe here.
Holiday Inn, don't sue us.
run by Leonardo DiCaprio.
Pissing everybody off. Yeah. Okay. All right. So semi-final question. I'll sort of ask if you guys want to say anything else, but. Semi-final question: do you guys go to the movie theater? Do you like going to the movie theater? I know you have a small child.
We
so
have
maybe
a small child, so we haven't recently. But I love going to the movies.
Yeah. What's like one of your favorite like movie theater experiences that you've had or that
in my life?
I
remember seeing Borat when it came out, and everybody in the whole theater was just like on the floor laughing, just couldn't breathe. I think. Yeah. They had to call 911.
I was gonna go with the
No, not really.
Titanic.
Titanic.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
That was huge. And then I remembered like begging my parents for the VHS, and it was 2 VHS tapes, and that was like,
oh wow,
it was a real movie.
I feel like the opposite. Titanic was also an experience, but it's just because of like watching the sex scenes next to my mom and sister.
Right, that's
and I was
what
just
you
like,
remember. Nothing else.
Nothing else. Just like and when like that Italian guy got killed by the pipe.
Don't remember that. Okay.
Yeah, I guess we need to watch Titanic.
Yeah.
Are you guys popcorn people? Do you like popcorn?
Yeah.
Like popcorn.
Do you like movie theater popcorn?
I mean, yeah, but I always regret
so sorry.
it.
I shouldn't have asked that. That was leading. I know. Under your seats. I'm so sorry. Okay, that's a great idea for the next interview. Let's do that. Okay. Yeah. But I was gonna ask, like, do you guys have sort of like a favorite style of movie theater popcorn?
Well,
just lots of it. Like I'm like a handful guy.
Yeah, we call it panic eating when like we're sharing food and Alex is just like going to town and I'm not really that hungry for it, but I end up eating more than I intend because I have to stake out my territory.
Scarcity mentality.
Exactly.
I'm the same way when I'm like eating popcorn with my mom or my sister because they're both just like
you're just like whoa.
And I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah. Maybe not type of popcorn, but we do the thing. I'm going to cut you off right there. Okay. We do a thing where we add milk duds to popcorn and something about the caramelly, sticky. It's like a very good combo.
Yeah.
Milk duds by themselves.
The main thing is just to eat until you feel sick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that a style of popcorn?
Yeah. I mean, that's like
that's what we live by.
Yeah. Eat until you get sick, and then
eat more.
And then the wastewater plant deals with the rest.
Exactly.
I do think about them when I go to the bathroom.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah. But like not in a weird way, but more just like I know where this is going now, and so there's certain things I like don't flush anymore because I'm like, oh, Jimmy's gonna have to like scrape this, non-flushable wipes being like the main culprit will like gunk up.
Or Alex, like I used to flush my contacts all the time, and now he stops me.
But that one doesn't really matter.
But you do think about everything that has to get sifted out. I think.
Instead of
it's wild the things that make it in.
Yeah.
So toilet paper.
Yeah. That breaks down. That's fine.
Totally fine.
Okay. So it's not even like the nice like plush toilet paper like that.
Yeah,
like,
I think so.
Yeah.
I think it's
that's okay.
Okay, that's still okay.
Apparently there's like PFAS in it, so I don't know.
Oh, jeez.
PFAS is in everything, so actually I wouldn't. I don't know. It's in rain, so.
What are you gonna do?
I don't know. You gotta poop, right? You gotta.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. Wow. Was there anything else that you guys wanted to like say about the film, about seeing the film this weekend? Anything else you want to like plug?
Because it's gonna sound really weird if I try it, but you should tell people to
come see our movie. I don't know when you're gonna put this video out. So
we'll put it out before.
Oh, great! Saturday, September 13th, 2 p.m. One more thing I did want to say.
At the Camden Opera House. Camden Opera House
in Camden. I feel like it was so much fun to make this movie because, I don't know, the other thing I think of when I think of documentary is like, I have to go really far to find an interesting story.
Yeah.
And, especially when we were living on the other side of town, we could walk to the wastewater plant. And so there's just like cool stuff to see everywhere in the world and you don't have to go far.
Yeah.
And then even finding all like the little extra scenes, like there's so much stuff happening.
It feels like we discovered our state trying to, like film the interstitials for this film or,
So, I mean, I feel like this goes for filmmakers or not filmmakers, but there's like, just like look out your window.
No matter how big of a city or town you live in, there's
something
talk to
cool
your
happening.
neighbor,
stuff
like that. And I think it'll like make your life feel richer.
Yeah.
Kind of cheesy, but
it's real, and just like engaging what's around you.
Absolutely,
yeah.
Is there anything that our readers, our listeners, can do for you to support the film or support you in your next endeavors?
Yeah, just come watch it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Follow us on Instagram. We post really stupid stuff on there a lot.
What's your Instagram handle?
It's Cardboard Seagull. I don't know. We're working on it.
Amazing.
Yeah.
We'll link it and we'll tag. Yeah.
Oh, sweet. Thank you.
Amazing. Well, thank you guys so much.
Oh, wait, last plug.
Oh yeah.
Oh, don't do it.
All right, we gotta do the concept. All right.
So,
Alex really wants to.
I really want to do
this. Just let him enjoy himself. Just don't.
We'll be at the festival, trying to get people to come see our movie.
Viewfinder hole because.
Actually,
this is where one is supposed to look out, like basically your chest.
I think we should redo the whole interview.
Okay, wow. Are you getting this?
I am.
Okay, great. Oh my God. Okay, yes. Welcome to the podcast. This is a very serious interview.
Documentaries are really serious.
You're like a handler when you have this on.
Oh my gosh, cute. Wow.
We stick our cat in here sometimes. He likes to play in it.
Oh yeah, our daughter loves to wear the suit too.
And our daughter, Everybody's playhouse.
Whether she likes it or not, she's going to be part of the family business.
Yeah, family business.
Totally.
Cool. Well, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
This is wonderful.
Thank you so much.